107.3 FM, licensed to New Bern, North Carolina.
Good morning. How you doing in Radio Land? This is the Mary Perkins-Williams show, and I have some beautiful guests today. Inside and out, they are beautiful. I am on Awesome Radio here in Pitt County. Awesome Radio Network, 1570 on the AM dial and 107.5 on the FM dial. And you can pick us up all over Eastern North Carolina. I'm just waiting to be glad to make that true. I have guests today, and I'm not going to talk as much. They are beautiful inside out, and when I have guests, I like to hear them talk. And if they we find out that our conversation needs another one. We got another Wednesday, but it won't be in February, it'll be in March. I'm so happy that you join us today. I have great guests. I am excited. And the first thing I'm going to do is have them introduce themselves, because I don't even think I've had two people here at one time before. All right, I'm going to start with
Okay,
Miss Irvin,
yes.
Dr. Irvin.
Yes.
She is a PhD at East Carolina University. What's that? Please.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Vanessa Irvin, and I didn't know that I was on camera.
You on camera, honey.
Oh, all
So
right.
you look at your screen, and they'll pick up your beautiful eyes.
So I am the associate professor and program director for the Library Science program at East Carolina University. The Library Science program is part of the College of Education, one of the programs in the College of Education.
All right, thank you. And then we have another gorgeous body, Dr. Reyes. Now, this is the one I talk to all the time, y'all. Y'all know I have a conversation. I love it. Miss Reyes, Dr. Reyes, please. Vanessa.
Thank you so much. I'm the other Vanessa. I'm Dr. Vanessa Reyes. I'm an assistant professor at East Carolina University, Master of Library Science program. I work with Dr. Irvin, and I am the concentration lead for the Archives and Cultural Heritage Informatics concentration. Thank you, thank you.
All right, they have
So
big
good to
ones. Now today, I want you all to know about a wonderful programs these ladies have. They've written grants, they've talked about it, they've toured my area. Oh, and I'm so excited I could just burst. Dr. Reyes and Dr. Irvin, whichever one want to talk about the program, introduce the program, and at the end of the program, here's how we're going to go. We're going to go with the introduction of you, who you are, and where you come from. That's an introduction, and it takes about 10 minutes for both of you all to do that. So in the first few minutes, are we going to go straight on? I asked my engineer. We are not going to take a break. Oh, gosh, I like that. So y'all know I'm full of it today. So please introduce yourself. And when Dr. Irvin finished introducing herself, I'm going to ask Dr. Reyes. And so if you watch your stream, you on social media today, all of them that you know I'm not used to it that well. But if I look one way, I'm talking to one, they know it. So you know which one is speaking. They're going to introduce themselves, and you know how they appear on your screen. Good morning, seniors. I love you, love you, love you. Dr. Irvin, please.
In terms of the work that we're doing in the community?
No, I want you to introduce yourself, where you come from. Give us a little bit of body.
Bio.
Who you are.
Oh,
So when
okay.
they see you, so I heard what you said.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just sharing with Miss Akila. So, my ancestry is from Eastern North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yes.
See, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh.
And so my family comes from Ahoskie and Scotland Neck up in Halifax County, Northampton area.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I've been able to trace my ancestry back to 1745, of the ancestors that were, enslaved in Scotland Neck. So, anywho, that's why I really am committed to Eastern North Carolina and East Carolina University, because I'm from here in a very special way. And but I was born and raised in Philadelphia, so like during the Northern Migration, my grandparents traveled from here to Philadelphia on both sides of my family. On my father's side of the family, I'm from the Piedmont section of the state in Caswell County.
Caswell.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yeah, from Yanceyville and Milton. And so that's where my father's side is. So I'm all North Carolinian.
Oh, that tar is running all over that
Yeah.
body. That tar is running thick. And we have Dr. Reyes.
Yes. So I am not from North Carolina. I am
Oh, we'll
from.
forgive you.
I know, I know. Although I feel like a North Carolinian because everybody is so warm and welcoming out here. And I just love this community so much. I'm from Miami, Florida. My parents are both Cuban immigrants, both from Havana, Cuba. And that's where all of my family is from. And I
Oh,
was born and raised in Miami, so I'm first
you
generation.
got a beautiful daughter.
Yes, I do. I have a beautiful 8-year-old who
Don't you
just.
have a That's why I'm a little late. I left my phone home and he decided to come out and look at me. I said, I gotta go. And he stuck his nose in his food. And I said, I'm not gonna give you any extra food. I go. Gotta go. And that's what I did. Thank you. I got it.
Dr. Irvin also has a fuzzy one too at
You
home.
do, you
I
got
hear.
Oh, well, we're put lovers, so y'all know we deep. We may not be deep country, but we surely are country women. Okay, so who's gonna talk first?
Dr. Reyes.
Dr.
Okay.
Reyes. Ah, you go,
Okay.
girl.
All right. I can do it. So what should we talk
We're
about
gonna
first?
introduce your program
Okay.
because we're going straight through. Our engineer has said that we will not have a break today. So out there in the radio audience, at a certain point in the introduction, after the introduction of this special program, I think you heard me mention one time about the scholarship. These are they who have brought and named a scholarship after yours truly, the Mary Perkins-Williams Scholarship for East Carolina University. And I cried, you all, but they are here now in living color, and you know these people. You are getting to know them today. On my face, I have old kind of things. I have some oil, because in the wintertime, we get ashy. We get ashy, so I put oil on my face today. So there's no makeup, just oil, because I need to keep the wind out of my
Yeah.
pores.
I do the shea butter.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
I have
did
tried
I
that
did the
too.
shea butter
Yeah.
all like you
Doesn't it
said.
feel good in the skin?
It has. You have to do it.
Oh,
You
yeah,
have to do
yeah.
I do what my grandma and my mom used to call the blue cream. It's that little
Oh.
Pond's cream, and I just put it on my face because I do get extra dry too.
Oh, well, we're great women anyway. So we're going to hear about Focus at East Carolina University. FOCAS. FOCAS. Faculty Organizing for Community Archives Support. That's what FOCA. And I think Dr. Irvin said you're going to talk first.
Yes, ma'am.
Here we go.
Here we go. So our Focus project is a collaborative of 9 universities in the U.S. and Canada. We are faculty organizing to support community archives in our region, and we're trying to change the way we teach our students through our curriculum, teaching them how to work with community members, learn through community members of how to manage and preserve local cultural heritage. Our students have a jam-packed curriculum when it comes to archives and preservation and information management, but there's nothing better than going out to the community and learning from the elders how it is that they've been preserving their stories, their narratives, and all of that. So that's one of the biggest reasons why this exists, is that we want students to connect and learn outside of the classroom, but also to help sites, these community archive sites, be able to meet those goals to, preserve their cultural heritage. This is all volunteer based, we understand, and sometimes they don't have the tools that they need. Sometimes it takes a lot of resources for them to acquire such materials. So our grant project supports those endeavors and provides a financial stipend to those sites. We also pay our students. They're master's students, they have families, they have lives, and the labor that they do at these sites is paid for because They have to travel, right? We're in North Carolina and there's a lot of driving involved. So that really helps them compensate for those long trips sometimes to these different sites. So our project is revolving around that, to being able to support community archives, to teach our students how it is that these stories have been preserved. And then of mutual benefit is for us to help the sites reach those goals and be able to keep this preservation of local cultural heritage
You
going.
used the word called archives. Tell my audience what that is.
Archives, yes. So archives are collections that are kept by families, individuals, people. It could be photos, it could be audio, it could be videos, music, you name it. Anything that has to do with your story, your history, your narrative.
Now, the last time I was on this show, the last two times I talked about how people of color, and I talked about really black, because as far as I know, I'm just as black as I can be inside out, I guess. But anyway, I shared with the audience what they had at home that could, and that, you remember, I talked about obituaries, parents, the grandparents, and the women. Y'all said we save everything. I talked about in your obituary program that you have a people that collection is an archive that these ladies digging into. So you are prepared for that. I know they were coming. I was hoping they would come soon. And right here at the last show that I have for African Black History Month, they're going to talk about those archives. Now, you have a notepad. And since you have a notepad, you can get that notepad out, because they may say something and share something with you that you may want to share with them at some point in time, okay? So be sure, this is the Mary Perkins-Williams Show, and the telephone number you can call is 252-756-2008. And I have my guest today from East Carolina University College of Education, and by way of library and information studies. See, I just added something to librarianship, and that's the part that I love. So don't forget, 752, you already have your 252, you already have your pad, take it out, 756-2008. Now, these ladies, they got everything in their heads. I got a little notebook here for a cheat sheet. It's all in their heads. But if they need to get back with you, you can always contact us and we can hook you up with these ladies. I don't want them to give out personal information, because they do teach and they do train and they're beautiful. So I don't want to cramp them down to someone else learning to be a good resource person for the community. They deal with the community, and I love it. So I'm so full up inside. Now, archives. You have one set of archives you know about, and that is your obituary. Did you finish?
I'm done.
Reyes, you finished.
Dr. Irvin's turn.
Oh, Dr. Irvin, I'm not going to cut you off, so you need to fill up where she left off.
Well, no, it's a perfect segue, because when you're talking about the home archive, a couple years
You and
ago.
I both got to look at the screen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Because the people want to look at your face out there. See, now they know that this is first time for me, and it's probably the first time for you. We're doing the social media.
Well, the thing about it is, when I was grooming this morning, I usually put eyebrows on. And I was like, well, we're going to be on the radio, so I don't need to do nothing. And here I am, eyebrowless on the radio. So anywho, what I wanted to say, to segue from what you all were talking about, is that with the family archive, a couple years ago, Reyes and I wrote a paper about the fact that the home is an archive in and of itself. Everything that you own are artifacts that ultimately, right, get passed down in some kind of way to other family members and even out into the community in various ways. But also, I'm working on right now a paper to talk about the Holy Bible, that the Bible as an archive. I hope it's okay to say that.
Oh, yeah.
Right, because when you say obituaries, the first thing I'm thinking is, well, where are they? And they're in the Bible, right? We file them and we tuck them into the family Bible, and also too with the family Bible, a lot of times.
Under the mattress.
Yep,
The obituaries are under the mattress.
yep, yep,
Stuck in a chair that got a little cushion under it, and it's stuffed with the archives
yep.
that of the family.
Yeah. But I also know that there's always going to be like one or two family members that keep records in the Bible, that will write down whatever life events happen, family members along that time. I have my grandmother's Bible that she received from my uncle, her oldest son, on Christmas Day, 1958. And I am the third generation to have this Bible. And so what's beautiful about it is that this is how I was able to trace my family back, was because she told my mom when my mom was a teenager of her family history, and my mom wrote it in the Bible.
Oh.
So that's how we knew how far back we could go in terms of who was enslaved, and it just kept going back. So the family Bible is a very, very important artifact, because there's somebody that's writing
In that Bible.
in that Bible over time, and also tucking stuff in those pages.
Yes.
You got to flip through, because people tuck things in those pages, and those things are mementos and artifacts that are your heritage and your history.
That is it. And I just thought about it because my father was a minister, and I have his Bible someplace. I need to take it out of the barn and dust it off so it won't get any further damage to it. So how we treat our papers and resources and information that we have recorded. If you have an old tablet that you've been writing in, that can also be a part of your archive.
Absolutely.
And since you are still mind sharp, oh, go girl, mind sharp, you can write down your birthday, when you started, and those things that you remember when you were a little girl, a little person, or a little boy, a little whatever we want to say, little people. That's what I call the children sometimes, little people, because I really think they've been here before, and they are going on.
Amen. I agree with that.
Yes.
So that is a way you can start the archives for your family. And somewhere, someplace, and sometimes they'll be happy to know. Now, she said something about 1950. Did you say 53 or 58, Dr. Irvin?
58.
See, 58, look at that body, y'all. Look at that. Look at that face. Bright
not
eye,
me.
bushy
No,
tail, and everything.
No, not me.
You don't look that old.
I'm not
And
that
that's
old.
what I know, but
I
that's
wasn't
that's
born
what
yet.
I'm telling you. And to think that she's digging in that old stuff. So now don't you worry, those 90 years old, those 80 years old, those 70 years old, those 94 years old. You see how young you can look now that you're 10? Y'all know I enjoy myself. So let's let who else want to talk? Reyes, you gonna say something to pick up? I don't want you standing there and just smile. You got a voice too.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, so much valuable information. I mean, in terms of personal archives, family archives. That's really been something that I really enjoy, and that I've also spent most of my body of work doing. I'm also concerned about what happens with our family archives, with our personal archives as we age, and so we've talked about how important it is to write what we can remember. You know, I want to say we start cognitive decline the moment we're 21.
Oh, really?
So yes, so medically, clinically, as soon as we're 21, we're cognitively declining. So we got to start writing. We got to start documenting. We got to start keeping those materials about our stories, about what we do, what we love to do. I'm very much a physical memory keeper. I love having physical photographs. I love taking pictures and being able to print them out and display them in what we call a scrapbook. I think that's a very important practice to maintain if that's something you love to do. There are so many ways to do it that you could be creative and have fun with it. And it's something you can pass on to your family later on, to generations. And sometimes they could become brittle and sometimes they can fall apart because we might be keeping them for a long time. There's ways to care for them, and we have modern day technology where you can take a photo of it, you can scan it with using a scanning device and keep it in that somewhat picturesque way. But I encourage everybody to document as much as you can, take those pictures, write down what happened and what you did and why you love that moment, because those are the things that you really get to enjoy and experience. And going back to those moments, you're able to reflect and remember and be able to pass it all along to anybody you feel is special to you. They
Yeah.
don't have to be your family to pass it on. You know what I mean?
All
could
it
be
takes
anybody you
is a
love.
picture sometimes. Oh, I remember this picture. Oh, that's great. Now, here's what has happened in Eastern North Carolina. Uh, in 1999, there was a flood that came through. And a lot of African Americans, Native Americans, and just people who lived here, because we are not, all of us are not even pure. We're mixed with something somewhere, somebody, something somewhere is coming up. And we lost all of those old files. And so it hurt because I like doing those, those Super 8 videotapes. I had quite a collection of those. And when I went to one of the photography people in the town, they said that there was nothing they could do. And lo and behold, I found out I could have boxed them up and shipped them off. And someone would have been able to preserve and pull that up. But in the meantime, I buried them on our farm. And so that goes to show you what we do to parts of our history. And this is one way why I think these ladies are great resources to pull up their stakes and pitch their tents right here in Eastern North Carolina, which is the Bible Belt and the Black Belt of the state of North Carolina. Now, that was some history I learned when I was in high school and elementary school. I like to say, if I not said it before, your educational backgrounds, PhDs, your attitude, your interests in Irvin's history, and yours. You might find some more Cubans American running around here somewhere, Reyes. But I want to say right now that I am grateful to both of you all that East Carolina University has found a positive streak of what you have and what you're trying to do for Eastern North Carolina. And in this area, the reason I know so many people in the Black Belt, which is everywhere east of I-95 in the state of North Carolina, my father was an African American Episcopalian Church minister, AMEZ minister. And that was a traveling minister, sort of, because we stayed at home in Greenville, Pitt County, the northern part of and got up early every Sunday morning. My mother would go down the highway with her pantyhose on her lap, her shoes in the back seat, and her jar of coffee, while my father, who didn't have anything to do in the morning but cook, but get dressed. And so my mother always had a little box to feed the children, because my mother was also a had our home as a caregiver for foster care children. And so this is how I never meet a stranger. And this is how I've learned that I had to accept. Y'all learning something about me, and I'm getting off of this because I don't talk about me. I had to learn how to embrace everybody, no matter what they look like or who they are. So now y'all pick up, because see, I just want to share that with the audience. They learn about me a little bit all the time. And I forgot I was looking at Irvin over here and Reyes, so that you all can't see my eyes. I slept good last night. Thank God I got up. Who's talking next?
What do you want us to say?
Yeah.
I want you to tell us um, how how would you get your students? What can you do? How do you attract those people who study in your program? Because a lot of history is lost in the African American communities because no one was interested. We couldn't write, we couldn't read, we couldn't go to school. Our foreparents couldn't go to school many years ago. So that is shut up into a recorded memory in people's brain. I just didn't know that the brain stopped ticking it, start going the other way at 21. So Reyes just told me that this morning. So I reckon I got to work hard. Well, I said I'm going to live till I'm 200, thank God, and have at least a little piece of brain back there might record something. I always said that. My children said, God, Mama. But anyway, um, I I want to say thank you to you
Thank
for
you.
bringing
Thank
that
you.
knowledge to Eastern North Carolina, and whatever I can do. This is a public statement to help you along the way. I don't mind doing it because she came from. I always say Bertie County. We got a lot of Bertie counties here in Pitt County. We have a lot of immigrants here in Pitt County.
Yes.
Pitt County has the largest
Yes.
international population, and the school system has, I forgot, I have it in here somewhere, because we have a global campus in the school system of Pitt County. So you have a wealth. You just have to find the folks. They are here for your program. And I'm hoping in your training, somewhere at some point in time, we can have an international building of archives for the Pitt County natives as it reached the black belt and the religious belt, the Bible belt, and all of us start with B's. So what you gonna do to find out?
Well, we would love to encourage students of all ages to think of ways in which you can make that impact in your own community. Think about ways in which you can give back into local cultural heritage. That's something we always say, volunteer, because everything we do really is out of, that's how cultural
Spirit of
heritage
love
runs.
and volunteering.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's what it is really. That most of the places that we visit and most of the collections that we're able to see is because of people who have given their time, their energy, and countless days, hours, and years of research and family documents to get things started. So I think, if anything, find it in your heart to continue these efforts, because, you know, we've noticed that a lot of these local heritage sites are aging, and we're losing our elders, and we need to replace those elders with younger folks.
Yes. While I was at East Carolina, I started working there in July 1st, 1990, and I worked until December 31st, 1998. Uh, I had received a grant from the North Carolina history, and in East Carolina University's collection, and these ladies can tell you where. I don't know, when I left it, I left it. I did an interview at Joyner Library. I had a grant, and Golden Frinks came to East Carolina University, and he was my guest at Joyner Library, and we had just started a media program in Joyner, and I can't remember the people who operated that, But Golden Frinks, who is a renowned national civil rights worker, he was a bit agitator or a person who would excite the people to make them come out, and he would bring out the non-mild things, if you know what I'm saying, in people that would cause them to get all worked up and stirred up. And Golden Frinks has a video recording uh, at Joyner Library, I guess, if it's still there. When I left East Carolina University, I wasn't invited back until these ladies asked me to come back. When was it that we did that scholarship?
At our lab's grand opening event in September.
September of
Just-
2025, wasn't it?
Yeah, just past
Okay,
September.
that was the first time I had an invitation to go back on that campus, because at one time, East Carolina was an area that blacks could not walk on. Their campus, we could not walk on it. And I was hired in July 1970, along with, I guess, near their first crop of black professors that was there. And there was other staffers who had worked there as janitors and other things. But I'm talking about professional people. And there was, about 30 or 40 that I used to stand by. I don't even know if they still have that orientation of staff, faculty members. They did one of those at East Carolina University, and I used to stand by the door so I could meet the new professors that came in. And so that's how I became involved with a historic group on the campus of East Carolina, ladies, called Souls. Souls. It was at East Carolina. And they were the Ladonia S. Wright Scholarship Fund that I was a part of creating for students, black students who came in. And all the professors, black professors, we gave a fashion show. And believe it or not, those PhDs, they
sold out.
yes, and I saw one recently, Larry Hines. They modeled, and we had a fashion and raised good money to start that scholarship fund. And it was good seeing you, Dr. Hines. But anyway, I'm so happy that you are continuing to build and preserve and save that part of East Carolina's history, because it's over there. Now, when I left ECU, I sealed my collection. I sealed it. I had some things, and I sealed it. And a lot of those principals and teachers was beginning to come, such as my mother called him Professor Lewis. So that was Dr. Lewis, and Mrs. May was the librarian at the school. And so his wife was just outstanding. So you have a lot of work here. There are a lot of resources here, and I don't want to do all the talking. So I was talking about how there are a lot of 90-year-olds in Pitt County. My elementary school principal was named Raymond Redrick, and he has a building at Pitt Community College named in his honor at Pitt Community. Last week, he came to vote. He and his wife was driving, and he was riding. He was being chauffeured. I guess after chauffeuring her all year long, that then he became the one to get the ride. But the two of them came to vote. He was my elementary principal, Raymond Redrick, and he is 94. And I had not gotten papers for him, but I want to say he and his wife both could carry on a conversation with me, because, I will jump around right quick when I get talking. I get excited. So at some point, maybe we could invite all of the 90-year-olds in so you could get that
Like an
view
oral history.
and get that history for them that comes. And there are some in New Bern the same way. So I do know that East Carolina has a scholarship funds that pays more than $50,000 a year for a medical school. It's and it's the Meals Scholarship. So you all might can get that history. And her brother transitioned, which is a word that my classmate Wade Johnson Jr. tell me. Don't say dying. It sounds so final. I said, well, it is. But he said their brother, Amos T. Mills Jr., because his father was a well-known agriculture person, and AT died last year, and his sister has a scholarship that pays medical students in her honor, and that Elizabeth City has a scholarship fund named after AT was at A&T. Those schools have scholarships, and those are things. These are people that came from right here in Pitt County. So I guess you get to find some more things about me that I don't know I know. But AT died recently, and his family members, I know a lot of his family members, and I've met some of them that I did not know recently. And they had a family reunion and got another one coming up. So at some point, if they will allow you, maybe some of them will make connections because they come from all over the world here, and you could be able to get communication contact with them, and that may help your program. And these people got more money than I got. They have more money to their access. They are doctors, lawyers. I didn't see any Indian chief, but beautiful people. I'll do that. And I must say that when they come, I can share with them. I know a few locals. Velma Mills Yarrow lives right in Simpson. She is a limb or a branch or a twig off of that Mills. And she's a good friend of mine, so I don't think she'll mind about me calling her name right now. But she is doing some work in the school system as well. So you have a lot of people for which I want you to know that you have a lot of people for which you can draw on for your community. What was it now? Focus. Archives for your community archives. And that's history about us before we knew we had a history. And I like your project timeline. And I'm glad that you're sharing it with us. And I'm so excited. I hope y'all don't go nowhere. No, I don't want you to leave this area now. Because we got a lot to go. You ain't trying to do nothing, are you?
No, we're here to
Good,
stay.
good. That's what I want to hear right there.
We got a lot to do.
You all heard it right here on on Awesome Radio. WECU Radio is the point letters. 1570 on the AM dial. You heard it. 107.5 on the FM dial. You heard it right here on your media. In your social media. Y'all know I don't like social media because I think it's a gossip column. But you heard them. They say we are here to stay. These are great resources. So I guess what else can you share about your program? Now we have how many more minutes to go? Y'all, we don't have 10 more minutes to go.
Well, I just wanted to quickly say that for those who are listening, that if you have young people in your life or even you, and you're interested in information and libraries and history and preserving history, that library science is a very good field to pursue. And you don't have to have a particular bachelor's degree. You have to have a bachelor's degree to get into the program because it's a master's program, because it's a profession. But you don't have to have a particular major in order to apply for the library science degree. You can, we accept students from all disciplines, backgrounds, experience. And so it's, it's really a nice field. It's a lot of fun. It's like being a teacher without the restrictions, so to speak. In librarianship, you can be creative in various ways in how you educate the people that you serve.
There are a lot of principals here in Pitt County who once worked at the historical uh, black schools. Those schools, those principals and teachers have information that could really open up a world of knowledge as to how we came into being and how, and their educational background for themselves as well as for the children that they taught. And I'm talking with you now to please don't be shy. Make their being here worthwhile for the history that exists within us from one to another. So did I give a good pitch for you?
I like that a lot.
I-
The history that exists within us from one to another.
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
That's beautiful.
And because in my lifetime, I didn't have much time to write because I had to rear my children alone, and I was a change of life baby for my parents, which means I was the last child on at the end of the totem pole, and my mother couldn't have children after I was born. But I got here. As I said to my father, I said, but behind me was the boys, and he had all girls. I said, I'm sorry, Daddy, but I had to get in here. And they said, man, you hear that, child? But I've been, my children say I'm a trip, and I tell them they're the vacation. So let us trip and vacation and make their being here really worthwhile. I want to say to you, and Mr. Johnson, Mr. Ben Johnson, he owns Daily Drum, and they are an African American source, publisher, and owner of the newspaper that erected right here in Pitt County. And Mr. Ben Johnson, Sr., son, is now taking over that. And our children usually don't take over our career. Oh, we have a caller on the line. You're on the air live. Who's calling, please?
Ben Johnson.
Yay!
I heard you calling my name, and because I hope you don't tell too many people I don't have a job. So I don't have a job to pay them back.
Well, unfortunately, and I didn't look at the engineer. I gave your paper, the Daily Drum, a plug, and I had promised that I would not give any plug, so you got to make your own ad. But this is Mr. Ben Johnson on.
Nice to meet
And
you,
he's
Mr.
a
Ben
great
Johnson.
audience, yes. And his son
Well,
has the paper now.
I'll tell this to you. I used to babysit 18 years. The third.
Oh,
And I lived in his grandfather's house at one time.
it brought up memories for you, didn't it?
The old man, 18 Mills, was the Amos Thomas Mills. And 18 Mills, the second, married a Peyton lady.
Yes, she was a Peyton.
I knew all the both sides of the family because I said I babysitted 18.
Oh,
I
wow.
was a babysitter at one time.
Oh, see that? And you know what? I didn't know that about you. See, I just learned another piece of history about you.
And one time when I lived in D.C., his sister was there. And when I was in the car selling business, I sold her a car.
Oh, now there's something else about you. I was trying to think of what it was. Your Minnie Johnson. Who is that lady?
That was my mother, Millie Ann Johnson, Millie Ann Taft Johnson.
Oh, she was. I didn't know that, but I know her name was Miss Millie Ann Johnson. And
Right.
didn't she run for mayor at one time?
Well, that's what I heard. I wasn't here when she ran. Somebody told me. I think Henry told me. Henry telling me, man, I supported your man. Telling me your mother was running for mayor, and I was supporting your mother.
There you go.
I
That's
said, she
history.
didn't tell me anything about it. I wasn't here. I was either in D.C. somewhere or in the military or something, probably at that time.
She was a very strong lady. I had the opportunity to meet her. She used to stay in back of Stutt Street. Stutt Street.
That's
running.
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's right. You live
I
on
can't
Stutt
think
Street.
she is in back of Stutt Street, and I can't think of the
But
street.
well, we lived on Stutt Street. Our house was the oldest house, oldest house by the one by the river, the only one. It was 5 houses on Stutt Street, and it's not named Stutt Street anywhere in Greenville. at 5 houses, and that's all that's one street. And the end of Third Street was the end of Third Street. There was no street that went any further down there. Outside of Third Street, you had to turn around and go back the other way when you came out to Third Street.
And that section of town was called Hollywood. Am I right?
No, not Hollywood. You had to get some more days there.
I can't remember what it was, but I know it had its own name. So now you just learned a little bit of history that he had. And so are any of your friends and classmates still here on this earth?
We had 53 that we graduated in 1953 at Charles Montgomery Epps, and Freddie Otterbury was one of my classmates. We had 53.
Freddie Otterbury.
Yeah, we were classmates. Freddie Otterbury. He's one, and we wanted the one that still left. We can only find somewhere around about 20 people that still live. One of our classmates that lived in D.C. passed last week.
Well, Freddie Otterbury still lives right here in Pitt County, because I went to the Pitt County Association of Teachers, Freddie was there. Freddie was there. He was an
busy
artist.
person. He's an AT man.
Wasn't he an artist?
He's in the art business, and his older brother was in the art business out in California. AT was in the military, and he went to A&T. His roommate was Reverend Jackson.
Oh, no wonder it was right. The A&T was strong, and
right.
Reverend Jackson, he just died, so you know
that was his roommate.
Wow.
Ooh, oh wow.
Yeah.
See, there's some papers around here somewhere. Y'all got a lot to do. No need to leave. Now we don't have but a few minutes. I got. Oh, you don't have but 3 minutes remaining, ladies. So what?
Okay.
We want to get in. Well, do you want people to contact you, or how do you want them to send you a note, or what about email?
Well, you got the information coming. Should be on the paper. Mainly send it to the Daily Drum, and really need to send it to Roger, because at 90 years old, I don't do no texting and emailing. So if you don't call me by phone, you won't get me or write me a letter.
Okay, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you
Mr.
so
Johnson.
much, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, there are a lot of Johnsons around here. Now, before Daily Drum came, Jim Rouse, that was WOOW, who bought the station WOOW from Freddie and Danny Jacobson. Now, Danny and Freddie was Caucasians, but they didn't look, they had a mixture, so I really don't remember. But they sold the WOOW. So where the archives are, I don't know. But if you all are here, you can send a note or call East Carolina University and reach the ladies through East Carolina University. All you have to do is, ECU is all over the world, so you can get them. Call the ECU normal switchboard, and they can patch you through to them. I don't think they would tell you how to find them, because the campus need to be shut down, because people are crazy nowadays, including Mary Perkins-Williams. I got 2 street senses left, but I ran 2 of them to go. But you call the main switchboard, and you can access communications with these ladies who are a part of the faculty at East Carolina University. Now, come to think about it, we're giving ECU a lot of plug right now. So we're going to, what you want to say goodbye? We got 1 minute, if I got it right, to go. All right. Who's going to talk? You're going to
Irvin's ready. Irvin's ready.
I don't have I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity of inviting us here today.
Me too.
And as well as the engineer, Miss Engineer. Thank y'all so
Thank you,
much.
Miss Engineer.
Really enjoy being here and sharing the library science program and the things that we do with community archives at ECU.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say something, Reyes? Go
Yes,
ahead.
I just want to say thank you also. We're so grateful. This has been a wonderful opportunity.
All right. Now, after you leave here, and we get a chance. I hope we have at least a half an hour with the engineer, because I gotta go and she has to go. Has an appointment too. I want you, if you think of something, coming back next week will be the best time because the people will be listening. Oh, and there's 22 seconds to go. Thank you. This is the Mary Perkins-Williams Show here on Awesome Radio, Winterville, Greenville, Bethel, any place in Pitt County. Awesome Radio. Pick up Mary Williams each Wednesday at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock on Awesome Radio. Thank you and see you next week.
Silver Sisters United invites everyone to a community prayer Saturday, February 28th from 12 noon to 2 p.m. at A Touch of God's Presence Ministries, 1300